Another reality of potty training is that you can't always be there. And the one guiding your child's success story for part of the day or night might be a caregiver, like grandma or the babysitter. The good news is when others watch your child, it makes for an even bigger cheering section for your child's potty training success story. In that unprecedented study on potty training that followed hundreds of potty trainers and their parents, the results showed that a child in daycare finishes potty training no faster and no slower than kids who did not attend daycare. That's good news for millions of parents who work outside of the home. Let's check in with Jake and his cheering section as we look at some things that help when it comes to potty training while your child is at daycare.
Suddenly, our Jake's quite the social butterfly. He just loves being around other kids. Lately, when we go to the playground, the first thing he does is make a beeline for all the other kids he sees playing there. He'll blow right by the swings, the slide. He's off to see what the other kids are doing. Jake's newfound fascination with older kids has really kind of worked out in our favor with potty training. He goes to daycare a couple days a week, and his teachers mentioned that Jake was curious about some of the older kids and the potty breaks they were taking. Jake pretty much insisted that he wanted to be a part of that scene. So anyone who's worried that daycare might slow down progress, I'm here to say being around other kids jump-started things for our little boy. It's like he just had to be part of the potty training crowd.
Jake's mom was fortunate. In his case, daycare sparked the interest in potty training. Being around other kids, learning new routines, keeping things consistent. It made him want to learn.
Daycare was one thing. Staying with grandma was quite another. Let's just say my mom likes the fun part of being the grandma. Potty training is way down on her list of things to do with Jake. But I gently let her know that when Jake's staying with grandma, we're still potty training. So to help things along, I came up with this list. Ta-da! It's called Jake's Potty Training Routine. It's easy to do, and it shows that we're invested with this potty training stuff. So please pay attention, grandma. It gets pretty detailed on what to do and when to do it. Our list talks about the routines we have at home, what we expect from Jake, like washing hands, and what we don't expect from him, like accident-free naps, how we reward him, and what we're focusing on right now. I update it for my mom and daycare every week. Everyone seems to appreciate it, even my mother-in-law.
Communication is key and helps the entire team stay consistent with your child's unique potty training routine, directions, rewards, and other success details. Put your list in writing so that everyone has a ready reference. Email it, print it, post it on the fridge, whatever it takes to sum it all up for your big kids cheering section. Because staying with a daycare provider should be seen as a place where potty training is coached, just like at home.
Better train them by 2 or you're in for trouble.
Let them run around for the day with nothing on. They'll be potty trained in no time.
Just let them sit there for a while. You'll produce.
Okay, so that's definitely some old school advice. And when it comes to potty training, be prepared to hear plenty of advice. Old school and well-meaning. Here at Big Kid Central, when it comes to potty training advice, we say take the good, trust your instincts. Sometimes a mom who's been there has just the troubleshooting tip you need. Other times, the advice you get doesn't make sense for your unique child. Don't second-guess your mom instincts. You know your child best. Keep in mind that every child is different. There's no one right way to potty train. Yikes! Life gets busy enough. No need for potty training deadlines. Deadlines like the start of preschool can produce added stress. Your child will be the first to pick up on stress, and that can set training back. Your timetable for training just might be different than your child's timetable for learning. You'll have an easier, happier time if you work at your child's pace.
Jake sets the pace, we set the game plan. Preschool is just around the corner, so I could start to feel a little anxious, but we focus on the positives and keep him motivated.
Yes, Jake certainly is a good example of how the influence of peers can spur on interest, and how surprisingly, daycare can be a motivator for some kids. It's just another part of your big kid cheering section. Speaking of cheering section, are you ready for some big kid cheer? great success story Jake and his mom shared on keeping it consistent with everyone who watches over your child. Keeping it consistent with your big kids cheering section. Go, team! Together, you can do it!